I refuse to accept your theory. Tam, do you have anything to support such a preposterous idea?
Just outside the door was an investigative photographer, which I didn't put air quotes around this time, who was starving for a big scoop. Point. And in the end, she managed to get this shot correct.
You mean this photo? Order!
Every time we see Adrian's back, her hair looks different than how I imagine it. I imagine it to be like straight at the back, not like wavy like it is.
Like that little swoop at the end.
It looks like we wandered into quite another mess again, haven't we?
Nice job, Phoenix.
Well, you know my strategy. It was your strategy anyway. Speak first, think later. Well, I guess that is mine. But you know the point.
So the real murderer was hiding inside a costume. I am having deja vu.
Objection. Wait 1 second, Your Honor. Okay, thank you. The Nickel Samurai's costume would have been Mr. Madame Guard's. Tam, why would something of the defendant's be in the victim's room? And inside the guitar case of all places?
True. That is a little baffling. Mr. Wright, the court would like to hear your thoughts. What was the Nickel Samurai costume doing inside the guitar case?
Spare. He was wearing it in that, like, flashback photo. It's a spare. And it was confirmed later on that he was wearing it, and the button was found in his hakama, like, on him. I think it was a spare.
Okay.
Chad disagrees.
It was stolen, but he was wearing it while he was asleep, and we confirmed that he was wearing it at the time of the murder. So how could she be wearing it and he be wearing it at the same time? It had to be a spare. There had to be two.
See, this is one of those things where I'm like, was it a spare and stolen?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, actually.
I guess technically they're both the same, is it not? I ain't just doing it for the funsies. We're critical. The health is important.
It's a 50-50.
What, Dylan?
You just turned into Sandy Cheeks for a second there.
I want to say it's a spare. Does Dylan or Mars have any specifics otherwise to say otherwise? I mean, if it's a spare, it's technically still stolen, is it not?
If it's the manager, I don't know. I feel like it's a spare.
I think it's a spare. You're right, and the manager.
Spare.
It's a spare. Mr. Engard did not take his costume off during the break period. In the case, the costume we were talking about was a spare one.
What?
Then, are you saying that on the night of the murder, there were 2 Nickel Samurai costumes at the Gatewater Hotel?
This is how they upped it from the Steel Samurai one. One Steel Samurai.
I guess that makes sense. Usually I have a pair of nickels, it's just spare change.
And if I had a nickel for every time someone dressed up as a samurai costume,
Yes!
I have 2 nickels.
That's
Which isn't a lot, but it is weird that it happened twice.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
If I had a nickel for every time we used this plot arc, where it was a person in a costume, but it wasn't actually the person, I'd have a lot more than 2 nickels.
That is very true.
Yeah.
I'd be rich.
You'd slowly be getting rich, yeah. The Steel Samurai.
What can we say? Ace Attorney has a type.
And how do you explain the costume that was inside the guitar case?
Yeah, it would mean that the victim himself had brought this spare to the ceremony on purpose.
Sussy wussy.
Wait, was my...
But why?
A really long time ago, I don't remember. One of us said that it was one guy playing both roles, but I don't recall.
I don't
I
remember.
think that was,
I don't know which one of us said
I
that.
think Ori had said that?
I think I said that, yeah,
like-
but maybe. We'll figure out in post.
I think
a year later.
your argument was like, wasn't Matt supposed to like do a speech, but he's kind of like too stupid to function?
Oh, that was
so
part of
was
it
gonna be
too,
Someone
yeah.
else.
Okay, but here's the but why. Okay.
The victim, Mr. Kurita, was the Jamin ninja. Why would he secretly bring the Nickel Samurai spare costume with him? What could be the reason behind such a peculiar act?
It's definitely for that, like, press conference big reveal, though. And therein lies the sticking point.
Jackson, what are you mumbling to yourself about now? Have you just been rambling all this time? Without any sense of inner monologue?
Oh no, he's got an inner monologue. It won't shut up.
No, I just...
Mr. Wright, please explain yourself. Why do you think the victim had the Nickel Samurai spare costume?
Phoenix, are you sure you can explain this one?
I think so.
Think carefully before you answer, and then answer with gusto. I believe in you.
Is this an all my health again? No, it's not. Okay, we're chilling.
Wow, the lowest of stakes.
All right, this is what I think. The reason the victim brought the Steel Samurai's spare costume to the hotel was Ace Tooney. Like and subscribe for the press
The
conference.
Steel Samurai?
The Nickel Samurai brought the Nickel Samurai spare costume to the hotel was for the conference ticket. They had to confess something after the stage. Because remember, on top of that, Matt Ungard didn't know what that was about. So so maybe it was even that Juan Corrida was always the guy that was gonna be the Nickel Samurai, and he had to dress up at it in order to like announce something. I think it's the conference ticket though.
Okay.
Present.
Yeah, go for it.
Take that. Oh no, the music
What
didn't
is
stop.
this?
On the night of the murder, after the stage show, the Nickel Samurai was going to hold a special press conference.
A press conference.
Yes, the Nickel Samurai was supposed to confess something at this conference.
I heard about this as well. For once, you're not making something up, right?
For once! However, that struck me as strange. What struck me as strange was that Mr. Ungard himself said he had no idea he was supposed to be holding a press conference that night.
But how can that be?
Well, Your Honor, he is a dummy.
But the way I see it, that can only mean one thing. The conference was a setup, tap, by none other than the victim, Senor Juan Corrida himself. See, that's what I was saying.
The victim?
Yes, the spare Nickel Samurai costume was prepared for that very conference. Point, Mr. Corrida was going to hold the press conference as the Nickel Samurai. Oh, weird.
He was going to dress up as the Nickel Samurai and hold a conference?
And now we're back to impressions.
But why would the victim do such a thing?
That's something I don't quite know yet. However, what I'm concerned with right now is what he intended to reveal at the conference.
The Nickel Samurai was going to confess something. And by confess, I'd wager he was going to reveal something about himself.
Which means that Juan Corrida
himbo?
was posing as the Nickel Samurai. That he was what?
That he's a himbo? Like what?
Yeah, that he's an idiot. Tap was going to speak about Matt Ungard. Oh, so he's gonna reveal something about Matt Ungard. Some secret sussy wussy.
No, I think the idea was that he was going to pretend to confess to something that he did, but he is actually Juan Corrida.
Oh, I was thinking that he was going to actually
No,
spill
no.
the beans on something Matt Ungard did. That Matt wasn't.
Nah,
gonna
he
talk
was going to
about.
pretend to be
I was
Matt
about
Ungard.
to say, if
No.
that was the case and Matt found out,
was-
that does cast suspicion back onto him a bit.
He was going to pretend to be Matt Ungard and then say some saucy things he had allegedly done, but really he didn't, to get Matt Ungard in trouble.
I see. Because of their rivalry.
Rivalry.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so
He's just
Andrews
gonna go on
did
stage and be
kill
like,
Corrida to protect Matt?
maybe? I don't think she cares that much about him, though.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like she cares that much about him, though.
Yes, I guess that is what it would mean.
But, if that's the case, that's not a confession. That's public disclosure.
Tomato, tomato.
Hmm.
Maybe.
Miss Andrews.
I can see why. You are the pros at what you do.
Pardon me?
Yes, just as you say, the press conference was set up by Juan. Oh, so she was in on it. I guess that's how she knew the
Miss-
costume was in the case.
Miss Andrews, please offer an explanation for this.
I was the one he asked to help set it up, and the person who prepared the second costume for him, that was also me. Oh.
You.
Juan had bet everything on the Jammin' Ninja this year, and if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought anyway.
Oh my god.
What the? Is this like triple, quadruple agenting? Because why would you help him with that? He's your, like, that's your boss, you know, like pays you, you know?
Isn't this going back to the impacts thing?
But then she wouldn't want to help Juan because she's upset with Juan.
Maybe she wants to, like,
Double cross him.
cozy to Juan to get
But
the note.
we also know that she's very insecure. So I'm like, is she a
I
people
think this is
pleaser
like
that
no,
just
I think this
cannot
is like
say
a
no?
She's
a double
cozying
agent.
to Juan to get the note. She thought Juan took the note.
Yeah, but why would she help him in like
Because if she
upset-
helps him, maybe he'll give her the note.
Okay.
Maybe he was
Maybe-
holding it over her head or something.
Or maybe she'd be able to blackmail
That's
him.
what I'm
because now
thinking. Yeah.
She's an accomplice.
Yeah.
He was going to ruin him, huh?
It looked like somehow Juan had in his hands a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed. What?
And do you know what the secret of Mr. Ungard's is, Miss Andrews?
What's the secret, Dylan?
I don't know. Hold on a sec. Let me ask my friend Jeffrey Epstein if I can find out.
Oh no.
Beautiful.
That's something only Juan knew. I don't know what it is.
Ah, I see.
Sussy wussy.
Your stuttering is very reassuring.
I've probably been coming off as quite suspicious to everyone.
You're
Very
a
much
British
so.
Dusty Baka, it's true.
But that's to be expected. I've been trying to protect Matt after all. Oh, see? Protect Mr. On Guard!
It don't seem like that from where I'm sitting.
I don't know, it feels like she knows how dumb he is. And she had to do something.
And yet again, another strange bit of truth comes to light, it
The
seems.
Krabby Patty secret recipe! Me secret formula!
I wonder if I'll ever see my family again. Miss Andrews, if you could, please tell us the truth about your behavior.
I think she's gonna testify, and that's when we're gonna cut it off. So I'm just gonna end
Oh,
with,
yeah.
yes, Your Honor, I understand. And here it's gonna be. Nice.
Okay.
Beautiful. And we'll save. I hope you enjoyed watching this episode of Ace Attorney. We play live once a week on Twitch and YouTube.
Thank you so much for the Giga Chads who became members. We really appreciate it.
If you like what you've seen so far, consider giving us a like, commenting, or subscribing for more content and chaos from us.
Oh, I'm not asking. I'm telling you. Subscribe.